Hey everybody, Sam back once again, and in this video I'm going to be trying to show you some text on the Sensation and the Galaxy S2. Basically I've shown you what pictures look like, so now you can get a look at kind of what the text will look like within a web page. Just see if there's any real difference in bumping up the resolution that the Sensation has. Does it offer a better viewing experience, or is it just something to try and sell a phone? We'll have a look now. So we'll jump into the browser, and I've loaded up Engadget on both of them. So the browser on both of them is down to 0 because it's the only way I can try and do this in a fair test again. So if you're thinking it looks a little brighter and a little duller, again they are down to 0 on both of them. So if you put them both up to the full, you can't see it on camera at all. So this is the best way I can possibly do this. So what I'll do is I'll just double tap into this part here to have a look at the actual text there, and we shall do the same on the Galaxy S2. So basically all that text there is the same text which is on the Galaxy S2 there. Now I don't know if you can see any real difference there, so what I'll do is I'll bring the phone a little bit closer for it to zoom in. So as you can see, in terms of pixelation, there are literally none when you've got now that's the kind of the reading view you're going to be doing most of the time. If you zoom in completely, as close as it can get, once again, we'll try and get as close as we can without it going blurry. I think you'll agree, it's very, very crisp. So again, that's the Galaxy S2. If it wants to bloom and work, there we go. And we'll show you the Sensation now. So once again, this is in the default kind of one you're going to probably want to read most of the time. And once again, it looks very, very crisp. So what we'll do is we'll zoom as close as we can on the... And there we go. So to my eyes, I may still have bad vision. My optician always tells me I've got 20/20, so apparently that's good. So to my eyes, I can't really tell the difference. I don't see the need for for high resolution in terms of graphics and stuff like that. Gaming performance, again, I can't really tell any difference. Even though it's got 35% more pixels apparently, it doesn't come, it doesn't show in terms of everyday usage and using the phone for it to warrant needing that boost up. My guess is a lot of the companies now are trying to do the QHD to compete with the Retina display, because again it's all marketing terms. You got this, you got that, but I don't personally believe you need it. But again, it's all down to personal preference. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to open the curtains so you can see what they both look like. We're obviously within daylight, so stay tuned, I will be right back. Right, welcome back. So I've got the curtains open now, so you can see what the text looks like, obviously within a normal kind of like daylight situation. So once again, the brightness is down to 0 on both of them, just to try and keep it fair for the comparison. Obviously you can increase it and decrease it, so don't take just the brightness as a which is better. Obviously look at what the text looks like on both. So we shall go to another part of it. So have a look at this, the Angry Birds part. And there we go. So once again, I'll bring it up to the camera. So we'll try and put the light on it. Now as you can see, in pure daylight, but that's a pretty excessive one. You can't really read the text properly. As it goes further down, you obviously can. But in pure daylight like that, if you're looking straight at the sky, it is pretty hard to read. But tell me a phone that's not. Once again, we'll zoom in so you get a good look at the actual quality there. Obviously different angles. Oops. Doesn't affect it at all. It can be from any angle. So we'll now come across to the Sensation. Once again, looks very, very nice and crisp. And we'll just point this towards the light as well. And as you'll see, once again, not very, you can't see it in the pure daylight. As it goes further down again, it gets more readable. But obviously if you increase the browser brightness, it can compensate for some of that as well. So don't take that this is a comparison just for the brightnesses, because it's hard for me to show you them without increasing one of them more than the other. It's unfair. So we'll zoom in again, and obviously this is what it looks like on the Sensation. So we'll tip this one, see if you start to lose any viewing angle, which unfortunately you start to do on the Super LCD, which is a bit of a downfall for Super LCD personally. So I mean, that's just the overall look at the obviously text on the Galaxy S2 and the Sensation. Obviously you can make your own mind up. What I'll do really quickly now is I'll bump the brightness up to maximum on both of them, so you can just see how bright they do both go. So that is up to the top. So we'll go into the browser, and to make it quicker for this one, it's got its own browser brightness. Go straight up. So we'll zoom out on both of them. So the brightness is now up to maximum on both of these two. So you can choose which one you believe obviously looks better. And what I will do is I'll bring them both up to the camera again. So again, this is the Galaxy S2 first of all. Once again, we'll double tap into it. We'll try and get it back to the light again. As you can see, it's a bit more readable. Still not perfect obviously, but you can read some of it. And a quick zoom in all the way. Once again, it looks nice and crisp. And finally, we'll bring the Sensation back into play. So I'll just scroll down a little bit again. And we'll double tap into this one. And we'll see if we can have a look at against the light there. You can see it doesn't perform just as well against the Super AMOLED Plus display, but it's not bad, let's be honest, it's still pretty good. And last test, zooming in. So again, I mean, we can all take our own viewpoint as to which is better and which is worse. My personal preference is I can't really tell the difference between the screen resolution. So even though it's got a bumped up resolution, there's not a lot of difference. There's nothing that's going to affect it in everyday performance. In terms of it can show this many pixels, then yeah, it's always going to sound better. But does it look better? Personally, no. What I recommend is going to a phone shop and checking them both out for yourself. But if you can't look at them both at the same time, just try and look at one and then look at the other. If you can get both side by side, I'm confident you'll agree you can't tell the difference. So that's just been another quick video, well, about 10 minutes. So if you've got any questions or comments, then leave them down below, and don't forget to hit me up on Twitter at SamJPullen, and also don't forget to subscribe. So thanks to everyone. I've just hit over the 1 million view mark, which I completely like what, but yeah. So thanks for watching, and I shall speak to you in my next video. Cheers.